Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how to make a pinwheel tower card or a tower pinwheel card, whichever way you want to say it. It's entirely up to you. What I've done here is I've used the Hunky Dory wildflowers and I've just made a card shape here so that we've got a little card with an insert in it, so that will flap when it stands up. I was holding it in place so you can see that opens up. You could have a closure on there if you wanted to make a card inside the card, if you know what I mean. Or alternatively, one of these sections could be your insert where you write your message, which is another idea. But I just really love this collection and I just thought that'd be really cool just to make all this. It's like a little book when you open it, but as it folds flat, it's 7 inches by 5 inches, so it will fit in your standard 7 by 5 inch card envelopes. So I'll show you how to do it. It's really easy to do, as I always say, because they always are. I like to take the magic out of it. I'm all about the know-how, but I'm going to show you how to put all this together. So I'm going to just grab my scoreboard, and while I do, I'd just like to thank you all for liking, commenting and subscribing to my channel. It's growing very nicely now and I really do appreciate it. So thanks guys for all of that. So what you need is you need one piece of cardstock that is 4 1/4 wide, and then you need 4 more pieces of cardstock that's 3.5 inches wide, and that's it. But they're all 5 inches, so deep. So they're all 5 inches, even the big one. They're all 5 inches. You've got one that's 4 1/4 wide, and you've got the other 4 that are 3.5 inches wide. So nice and simple to do. So the 5 inch side, you don't do anything with this apart from glue them, so just cut them out. So they're 3.5 by 5, and then with the 4 1/4 by 5, where it's sitting at the 4 1/4 section, not the 5, you just score it at 1, 2, 3 and 4. So really nice and easy to do. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then the other thing I've got is all my inserts, etc. to go here. Now what you're going to need is 4 of these that measure 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. So basically it's just 1/4 inch smaller than that. And when you put the card together, these sections will come out at 2 1/4 by 4 3/4. So 4 at 2 3/4 by 4 3/4, and 4. Don't know what I said now. I will say it again. So we need 4 of these that are 2 1/4 by 4 3/4, and you need 4 of these that are 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. Okay, so it's going to be portrait, so make sure that your pattern's going downwards if you've got one, because they are different sizes. They're not square, they are rectangular. So now we've done that, that's all we need to do with our scoreboard. Just use the scoring tool to reinforce these score lines. Did I not even score it at 4? What am I like? Let's try again. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4, Sarah, and 4. So we're just going to reinforce these score lines. So 1, 2, 3, and the last one I'll do it this way because it's a bit smaller. It's only 1/4 inch. You can make this bigger if you want to. You can have it 1/2 inch. But I've just done it all the same. And then we just need to add some red liner or some glue. As you know, I like to use wet glue, but time constraints and for glue drying. I'm a bit under the weather again. Don't know what's going on. That's what I'm going to use my excuse as for any brain blips today. And I'm having a few already by the seams of it, as I don't seem to have my pokey tool to hand. Just rub that down and find another one. Oh, here's one. I see one. It's all right, guys. Crisis averted. So when you've got anything that's all the same size, you can just always fold over flat. So it makes it nice and easy to tuck that in. So there we go. And then I always like to bend it the opposite way, because sometimes you'll find just go around and reinforce all of those score lines, bending them 1 inch at a time. And that gets that little system going, so it's very flexible now in movement, the tower. So we've made our pinwheel tower. All we need to do now is to add our sections to it, and I'm going to use wet glue because I'll just find it a lot quicker. Red liner is very static, so just lay this down flat as it will sit, and just glue, not on the score line. You never glue on score lines, you just glue in between, because that's always your mechanism with kinetic interactive type cards. You always want to keep the glue away from those score lines. So just pop that one over there, and then you just line it up. Put that one onto there like that. Give it a good old rub down. Then you just flick this. Well, because there's one sitting there, we can just leave it flat and turn them over. So again, just going to add the glue to this section here, like so. And put on the next one. As you can see, it's very simple to do, like I said, and a lot of these interactive mechanical cards are, and I like to do the measurements so they're nice and easy to do. So just make sure your top and bottom are lined up, because it's obviously going to stand. Let's give it a smooth down. I'm going to turn it over, and you're just going to do these two again. So let's do this one that you can see nearest you first, because it will go underneath the other one. Put the glue on. Whoopsie, stand up. Don't want the spillage, do we? So there we go. Pop that onto there. You can see that's going to be your 7x5. As you can see when I put it on the mat, it measures 7x5. So I did it that way because I think it's quite a good size to have. And you can adapt this and make them any size you want. You can always have the 1-inch tower in the middle. So 4 1/4 inches, just make it all the same. And then just change your height and width. But you just got to remember that whatever width you choose is going to come out double for an envelope. So because this is 3.5, we've got a 7-inch envelope there. There we go. I do like wet glue because you get a little bit of wiggle time, don't you? It's just that when you're doing videos, you need the drying time. So what you'll see now is we have got, ta-da, Pinwheel Tower card. See, it's not dry. Told you, I'm a nightmare, aren't I? I always do this. So just get them flexing around. You just need to reinforce all of those. And then when you stand it up, you can see you've got your Pinwheel Tower card that folds flat, and it's like a little book. So all you need to do now is, obviously with these sections, so it's really simple, you're just going to, let me just move these to one side. I do have an up yet, let's be up that way. So you just take your 2.5-inch section and you can put it on there. This really would lend itself to having like little pockets on there as well. You could add anything into this, so you can make it a real like little mini album. You could have photographs in here. It'd look great, wouldn't it? So I'm doing all my glue on there and then just pop it down. So you're going to have a little bit of a border, 1/8 of an inch border. You can see there. Goes like that. And then when I come over to the other side, I should really put the glue on the back of this so I don't make a mess on the card. You just glue your sections in that you've cut down. And this is paper. If you wanted to make a pocket or anything, add a pocket around there now. So you could put this on, wrap it around the back and only glue the back. And then you've got yourself another little pocket. What am I doing? This one. It's upside down. Put it around the right way. And then we go to there. Like so. So what I'll do is when I do this one, you'll see that it shows, because we'll go backwards when I've done this one. So just take another bit of our paper, make sure it's up the right way. This one doesn't have print on it. If it had words or anything like that, it needs to be up the right way. But it's a really cool card to add lots of flair to. I did mine, you know, like I say, with just hunky-dory card and paper. But you can use all your dies and your stamping. If you didn't want to add toppers, you could just stamp onto the cards before you put them together. So you'll just come out with loads of ideas for these. And they can be pretty, because you could have lace edges to them, you can have shaped edges to them. But this is just the basic know-how for you to go and get creative with it. How to make the actual mechanical card. So I'm just going to turn back. So you just keep going with that. So it's nice and simple. And if I turn back, you'll see you get that little piece of the next one going. So if you wanted that to be, you know, words along here, you could, you know, you could easily do that. But just to show you that's what you do, and then you just keep going. I'll just finish it off for those of you that want to see the full effect. and then we'll just go round and round and show you what it looks like when you flip it. But yeah, really great idea. So have fun making these, won't you? Nice little ideas. Go over a bit. Funny, isn't it? How glue will take really quickly when you don't want it to take. When you do, you just sit around waiting. I don't know. So, is that last one to come? So we can see on there we've got thank you message on there. So this can easily become a nice little thank you card now. And this writing's on the diagonal anyway. So just pop that in. And put it down. So all your different papers, even papers that you print, are going to look really cool on this. Come over a little bit. And then this one. There we go. Last one. And obviously make sure that you just put your glue right to the corners. I'm just doing this really quick. So you can see now we've got our decorated pinwheel card. And you can obviously add die cuts to this now, stamps, toppers, anything like that. But you've got your background papers in. And so you can start playing and adding everything to it. So have fun, everyone. And I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.